it has been added to the stream. You can continue right now. Thank you.
Okay. So I hope the slide is visible. You said right. So I have come here to talk about Cloud Clubs, and I'm Mustafa from India. I live in Mumbai, and I am a student advocate at AWS. So we'll be talking about Cloud Clubs. So this is my team. These are the people you would want to follow on Twitter, because we are the academic advocacy team and we focus on things that what academia students want. So keep these names in mind. Jen Looper, she is the head of academic advocacy. She is our manager. We have Tracy Wang, she is the community manager, and she manages all the communities that we'll be building around Cloud Clubs. We have Nayong Mon, she is the program manager. She manages the program itself. I am Mustafa, and we have Stephen Howell from Ireland. Both of us are student advocate, academic advocates, and will be working with the Cloud Clubs. So, what is our academic advocacy team focused on? So, first I'll talk about my team initial phases in the initial slides, and then explain about Cloud Clubs. So, my team is all about content, community, and events. We try to focus on content. Why content? There is so much content around us. We have content on every technology possible, but what we see is a lack in content which is student focused. Every content is written with a perspective that a developer needs to understand, or it is for the developer audience or someone who's experienced. But we see a shortage in content where which is student focused. So my team will be focusing on bringing that content to students which is student focused. So we'll do that part for you. Then we have community focused, just like this awesome initiative of AWS UG that AWS has, and it has benefited a lot of developers. There are multiple programs: AWS User Group Program, AWS Heroes Program, AWS Community Builder Program. And we have such programs which benefit the experienced veteran developers of the industry. But when they come into a community and they talk in a lingo that is on a bar raiser, which is equivalent to what they have learned and what they work on. But when a student comes there, he is unaware of what is going on. He doesn't know what the presentation is about. Let's say a community day is happening in Bangladesh, and there are 5 speaker sessions happening. All the speaker session will be set on a bar that a developer can understand. But a student sitting over there can absorb hardly 10 to 15% from that session, because he has not experienced all the technologies that has been presented. So we want to create that community of students where he can attend events, coming to the events, where the event will be student led and student focused. So these events will be purely for students. What we want is, when a student comes to an event, and I'm just creating a scenario. Imagine yourself sitting in an event and the event is started. The absorption rate of that is happening on the event should be 100%. Whatever is being taught by the speaker should be 100% absorbed into your minds. So we want to create such events where the level of understanding is curated around the understanding of the students. That is our focus. So let's go. We'll talk about Cloud Clubs. What is Cloud Clubs? It is a student-led, student-driven user group. Just like you have AWS UGs, we'll have student AWS Cloud Clubs for students. And these Cloud Clubs, they have to be led by captains. So when you see at UGs, because as Tisha explained everything about UGs and how UGs work, why you should take part in UGs, all of that similarly applies to Cloud Clubs as well, because Cloud Clubs at the end is a student UG. So these UGs will be student focused and student led. So whatever events that are happening will be purely for students. Now, who can lead a cloud club? To become a cloud to lead a cloud club, and first of all, to start a cloud club, you have to become a captain first. So we call it the cloud captain. Once you become a captain, you are eligible to start your own cloud club at your campus. So then the question raises, who can become a captain? A person who is enrolled in a college or a university can become a captain, or on their learning path. For example, some study from open colleges, open universities, some study from community colleges, some are self-attended learning. So they have to somehow justify when they fill the application. I'll bring the QR code of the application later. So when you fill the application, you have to justify that you are a person who is continuously growing and continuously learning. What we are looking for is learners. So obviously in college and universities you will find plenty of learners. But if you're out of these universities and you actually don't go to a college but still are a learner, then you can apply for cloud clubs. But the focus is college and universities first. Second criteria is that you have to be between the age of 18 and 28. Now, there might be a few questions that I am 17 years old and I am in college right now, but these guidelines have been set with a lot of thought. And if you are below 18, or if you are not into a college or a university, you are maybe a school student or not yet in a college program, then there are other programs for you. AWS has such programs. There is AWS Future Engineer program that you can explore. So if you're below 18, go for that. If you're about 28, if you're a professional and you still want, you are very enthusiastic about the student community, the student user groups, because I am. When I graduated, I lost all the access I had with all the student communities I was leading. Because obviously it is a student community. Next student who is in line will lead that community. I have to move on and the next person will take over. But still I was enthusiastic about it. So I contributed in my own ways. On my weekends I used to go to colleges. Similarly, AWS has a program called Community Builder Program. So if you're about 28 or if you're a professional and you still want to contribute to cloud clubs, I would encourage you to go ahead and apply for Community Builder and then help the cloud clubs. Help the captain to make their event successful. That's how you can show your passion towards community and students. We are looking for individuals who are interested in peer-to-peer learning. So maybe I assume that a lot of people already know what peer-to-peer learning is. But I would like to reiterate what peer-to-peer learning is. It's you teaching your peers. So there is no difference. You can teach your seniors as well. You are a second year student, you know technology, maybe you can host an event, and maybe third year and fourth year students are attending it. It's peer to peer, everyone is your peer. So because it is peer to peer, that means that the speaker, the organizer will understand what the difficulty level of the event should be. So we are looking for people who are interested in creating such peer to peer opportunities, learning experiences for their local student community that they have in their colleges. Next, we are looking for people who are ready to grow or curious about scaling up. So if you're ready to grow, if you don't think that, if you think that you already know a lot, then there is no space to grow. But if you think that there's so much to learn, so much to know, then that is what we are looking for. You're curious to grow and learn. And if you're looking for perks and benefits, now when someone talks about perks and benefits, the first thing that comes into your mind is swags. Yes, swags is gonna be there. But my team is a collection of five people who have been collected from very different environments and backgrounds and technological perspective. And we agree on one part, that perks and benefits should be in the form of guidance, not materialistic benefits. I know it would sound outrageous that I won't get my t-shirt, I won't get my cup, where is my bag? You will get it, but that should not be the focus. Your focus would be, I believe that swag should be career swags, not material swags. So we are trying to create opportunities for career swags. We will talk about more about career swags in the next slides. And also people who are looking to build a network. Now, why do people go to community events? Why do people want to become parts of user groups? The biggest reason is network. They want to build a network so that whenever they need some help, they are making something and they need some help in some technology, they can reach out to them. They want to create an event, they want to host an event, they can reach out to people. They want a new job, reach out to people. You want a referral, you have your network. So that's what you're looking for. Your peers that are in your class, maybe in some other college, they have attended your event, and you have created a huge network. We will be having so many cloud clubs across 10 countries. For now, we are launching it in 10 countries. So you will be having a huge network, and it will increase. With this network, they will also graduate, they will get into companies, and that network can help you grow. So if you're looking for career opportunities, this is the place for you. Moving on. So again, if you have any questions, it's up to you. You can stop me and ask me a question, or we can do it after the presentation as well. So this is a chart explaining how is the way to the cloud club. What are you supposed to do? So once you become a captain, you have to register for the club. And when you have registered for the clubs, you will receive your first swag. And we want our first swag to be AWS credits. These credits will help you build whatever application you want, train on AWS, or study for certification. Well, to study for certification, you require credits so that you can practice. So this is something that will be giving you the first thing, the AWS credits. Once you host your first event, you will get your swag bag, the swag box, which will contain all the things that is there in the swag. After you host your second event, this is where the career swag starts. We give you the opportunity for a resume review session. Resume reviews is very important. I know this session is not about how a resume review is done, but more about what is Cloud Clubs. But I would like to emphasize on this that resume review is very important. And why is it important? Because at a time, I used to make resumes that were very colorful and it was complete bizarre. But when I learned how to actually, there are millions of YouTube videos. Trust me, there are too many videos about how to make resumes. But what we are offering to the captains, this is for the captains, is that they will get a personalized resume review. I mean, an actual professional will help them review their resume based on their preferences and their career perspective. So that is what we are offering as a swag. Next is career coaching. This is common for all the students who are watching. No matter what year of engineering you are, at some point you might have had that big question: where should I move? What is my interest? Even though you are the right person to answer that question, you always have that question: what is my interest? What should I grow my career in? But you don't have that answer. We can help you in that. We can help you decide what career options you have. Maybe I talk a lot about web development, but at the end of the day, I am more knowledgeable about cloud computing, and that is what I learn about. So maybe my career is supposed to be in cloud computing, but a little in web development. So, but people are confused. Then should I go for cloud computing or web development? We help you decide that. I mean, we won't help you decide that, but we would guide you that what can be the right option for you, or what is something you can try. There are some people, there are some students who don't know anything at all. They think that I don't know anything, I don't know where my career will go. We can give you a starting point. You can learn about solution architect, you can become a web developer, you can become a machine learning developer. So that is what career coaching is about. We will get you AWS skill builder. From the day I joined AWS, since that day, the best thing I have ever seen till now, the best resource is the skill builder. So after using skill builder, everything has become so easy for me, and the resources are abundant on skill builder. And the training is awesome, especially the cloud quest training. Now the first training, the cloud practitioner is free, but the rest of the training is the security training and the container training, serverless training. It's amazing. So this is the AWS skill builder platform that you will get once you become a captain. That will be on your fourth event. The next thing is training the next captain. So once you train the next captain, you will get your AWS certification voucher. Now, this is something that a lot of people discuss, that is certification voucher mandatory or not? Or is certification good for my career? I would say that once you have hosted your first, second, third, and fourth event by yourself with your knowledge of AWS, you are knowledgeable enough to sit for a certification exam because you have actually had hands on experience as well as troubleshooting on all the AWS technologies which you hosted events on. So, if you are going for a solution architect certification, I would recommend certification only for people who have actually tried and experimented with AWS, not just read documentation about it. So these hosting events will provide you that knowledge, and then you can go ahead and get the certification voucher from us and become a certified person. But for that, you have to train the next captain. So that is how we use milestones to give the swags. And the last thing is the certification of completion. Now, now you get certificate every event that you attend and everywhere you go. That is true. Even a single simple seminar that you attend, you get a certificate for that. But the certificate that we provide is very rare. Reason being, the captain program will be a very selective and exclusive program. It's not a generalized program that everyone can become a captain. The quality of captain we are maintaining is very high. They will be very experienced and very good, technologically strong and community driven people. Now, I'm not saying that if you're not experienced, we won't select you. What I'm saying is that you can show interest, that maybe you can say, you can be honest about it when you fill the application form, that I'm not a community person, but I intend to do this and I intend to do that. We even value passion a lot. Passion is something that is very driven. If you have passion, then we can trust you, but you have to exhibit that passion in your application. The more passion you put into your application, the more chances you have to become a captain. There are students who might have too much knowledge about AWS and a lot of knowledge about technologies, but if you don't show that passion on your application, then then we cannot select you as a captain, because what we want is passionate people about cloud clubs and technology and community. So once you transfer the club to the next captain, you will get the certificate of completion. Next, how to become a captain. So first thing is, I would like you to take a screenshot of this or take this QR code. Once you scan this QR code, you will be redirected to our website of Student Hub. On that Student Hub website, you will see a gray box. On this gray box, you can click on apply now and the application will open up. You can fill the application. I would give you two things, two hints and two main guidelines about this. First, don't use any AI tool. Don't use ChatGPT. Don't use any AI tool to frame your answers, because trust me, there are students who want to make it easier by using ChatGPT and paste the answers. But it is very easy for us to pick out the applications who are using ChatGPT or any AI tools. So please don't use any AI tool to complete the application. It is an instant rejection. Please don't hamper your future applications as well by using an AI tool. And second is, be very genuine with your intentions. If you are passionate about community and if you don't have experience, it's okay. Just come ahead and say, I don't have experience, but this is what I intend to do. This is what I achieve to do. I have seen XYZ person do this. I want to be the same person. I want to become a community person or a technology person or a certified person like that. And for that, I want to become a captain. Why do you want to become a captain? That intention should be clear. So that's how you will fill this form. If you fill it like that, trust me, you get selected. But if you don't get selected, don't be disappointed. Think about all the answers that you gave. Work on that answers. Trust me, we are not we are going to provide you opportunities a lot of times. So it's not just that you got rejected, now you can never become a captain. You can become a captain soon. How soon? I might not be able to tell it right now, but don't worry about it. Don't give up. Think about this. You got rejected from the application. Take 3 months. Take 3 months to learn about why did you not get selected. Contact students who got selected. Ask them. Learn from their experiences. What did they do that made them get selected as a captain? And try to replicate that. Maybe someone got selected because they have a lot of community events. I did around 80 community events before becoming a developer. So ask them, what is something that they did that made them get selected as a captain. Find out their superpower. So yes, go ahead and apply. Next, what are the other ways that we can support you? One thing that we are going to support is the student symposia, a day of skilling. In this symposia, we will try to get you AWS employees, AWS community builders, AWS heroes, and user groups to help you get this session onboarded. So student symposia, it is up to the captain again. If they want all the speakers to be captains, if they want all the speakers to be students, or if they want involvement from professionals, they want community builders and heroes to come and talk about AWS or technology, they can do that as well. So that is what symposia is about. It's a day completely of scaling up. Next is workshops. We will be providing you templates, we will be providing you guidance on how to host workshops on your campus. It's not just about hosting on your campus, but as well as for your own upskilling. We will be creating something called Learner's Library, which will have a collection of workshops and seminars and courses, which is primarily focused for the student on the student audience. Career coaching, I already talked about it, the mock interviews and the resume reviews. You will also have a dedicated Slack room for captains. So this room is very important because these rooms are your platforms to make friends for life and network for your career. So these Slack rooms will help you in that. You will have regularly all hands where we will take feedback and your suggestions on how we can move forward, how we can help you. We can get you specialized training opportunities. So sometimes maybe out of 100 captains, for an example, out of 100 captains, maybe 20 captains want to learn about machine learning. They can come to us and they can tell us that we want some session on machine learning. We can talk to developer advocates, we can talk to machine learning developers, and we can ask them to provide you that guidance or that training that you want. Then there will be something called Cloud Club Camps. This is something that is coming and it will be launched soon. So it's a surprise. So I cannot say completely the whole depth of this Cloud Club Camps, but it's coming. And then there will be cross club collabs. That is something that I used to look forward when I was in college. You have a club in college, there's another club in another college, and you want to make an event where you get maximum participation from each other's colleges. So that is how you can cross club collab, and then have collaboration between these two clubs. So we are almost to the concluding part. You have to watch this page. The QR code is there and the link is also there. You have to stay tuned to this web page. This um, this page will guide you, and it will always be updated with events. For example, for students in Singapore, we are coming to Singapore, our whole team is coming to Singapore, so we are doing a lot of events over there. So if any student from Singapore is watching, then you can go to this website and learn about the events that we are going to host in Singapore. So stay tuned to this website. So yes, that's all about Cloud Clubs, myself and my team. So I'm open to questions. Mitul, I think you're on mute.
Oh, sorry for that. Okay, thank you so much for the insights. I was really amazed to know about the steps you are going to take. Okay, so let's start with some Q&A, right? Okay, so first of all, like, yeah. So here she mentioned like I don't have any certifications yet, but I'm eager to learn. Should I apply for the program, right? Because the yeah, can you mention something about it?
Yes. So if I were you in your place, what would I do? So what would I do is target the easiest certification, cloud practitioner certification. Okay. And then you can go ahead and show your interest that I am preparing for cloud practitioner. I have XYZ knowledge about cloud. This is what I intend to learn. I plan to get certified in 1 month or something. Show your intentions that you are serious about. I know that you don't have certification right now, but that doesn't mean you will never have a certification, right? You have some deadlines in mind, you have some timelines in mind. So you can go ahead and show your interest that I plan to do this, I plan to do that, and this is how I will do as I become. Certification is not mandatory, it is not a bar we have set that because you are certified we will select you. No, that's not how it's going to happen. There are people who are certified, there are 6x certified, 7x certified, but they won't be idle captains. Idle captain can show the passion in their application. So yes, I would encourage you, don't worry about certification, just go ahead and apply.
Okay, so up to the next one. So when will the results go out for this program? Someone wanted to know about it.
This is a very interesting question, and it's a question that really needs a good answer. Reason being, because every time a program is launched, any program, it has a deadline. So we have a deadline of applications, but we don't have a deadline of results because we want to be very thorough with each applications. If we give a timeline that we'll be giving the results out on uh, 18th of some month, okay, or 19th or 20th of some month, then we set a deadline on ourselves to rush the applications. This is not something we want to do. We want to be very thorough with applications so that we don't miss out on potential candidates. As I said, this is going to be a very exclusive program, and to maintain that exclusivity, we need to make sure that we have the best captains, and for that we have to go through all the applications thoroughly, no matter how much time it takes, but we'll go through all of them. It won't be some AI doing your filtering and all, nothing. I personally and my team, everyone that is involved, are going to read each and every answer that you write. We don't want any AI involvement. As I said, if you fill the application, if there is AI involvement, we will know because we are humans. We can immediately pick out that this is AI written. So yeah, there's that. No dates.
So it is like what type of training a captain gets actually. Yeah.
So there are a lot of resources that are that usually is not accessible for students. For example, we have Educate, AWS Educate, which is completely freely available for all the students. So you can go ahead and learn from there. But we have Skill Builder. Only some modules are freely available. A lot of modules are subscription based models. So if you become a captain, you get all of the training material accessible. It's There are students who can learn from documentation, but there are students who can only learn from interactions. Videos will be interactive and you can learn from there. You will have Cloud Quest for that. Cloud Quest is amazing. So you won't know how amazing Cloud Quest is unless you do it. And maybe you might do the cloud practitioner, well and good, because that is free. But just imagine that you have access to machine learning path as well, serverless path as well. These are the places where people want to build career. People want to become a serverless engineer, people want to become an ML developer, and if you have access to this, you can learn a lot. And again, to add, if you become a captain, you can request us that I want to learn something. I told you, right, this is a student driven, student led program. You ask us that I want to learn this, and we will try our best to arrange that for you. Thank you for your question. Yeah, next.
Yeah, great. That was a great question. Okay, so right now I have no proper solution or knowledge. I think same. And about something, yeah, I think that has been answered, right? About the certification related. Okay, great. Uh, okay, so here is an interesting question. Like, what do you mean by relevant experience? Because I think I saw something like relevant experience. What do you have any relevant experience or not? Is it community work or club activities or what else? Right? Yeah.
Okay, I will give you an example. I You got selected as some president of some club. That is a relevant experience. You got nominated for some award which exhibits that you are passionate about technology. That is a relevant experience. You did some certification. That is relevant experience. You attended 10 community events that were conducted by UG Bangladesh. That is relevant experience. Everything that involves technology and community is relevant experience for us. We are not bifurcating, we are not biased about this, that someone is very technologically strong and very poor in community, no, you cannot become a captain. No, we are not biased about that. We will intake everything that you have. Just be honest about it. So whatever your experience is, I am very sure that you might have something to say. You might have a lot of things to say to us, that I have done this. The questions are framed in such a way, when you read the questions on the portal, they are framed in such a way that you can come out and express yourself completely. So yes, that's the answer. Relevant experience is every experience that you have.
So every experience related to kind of maybe community work, technology, AWS, or something like that, right? Yeah,
Yes,
great, great. Okay, so another question is like, what are the expectations for me as a lead of AWS Cloud Club in terms of commitment, communication, and deliveries? Yeah,
that is a very accurate question. Thank you. So yes, the biggest commitment is that you have to be community obsessed. You have become a captain to lead. You are a leader. We have identified you as a leader. So a leader's job is to lead. So your job is to lead your peers, your students, your college, your community to upscaling. You have to make sure that they upscale. Now, doing 10 events and no quality in those events is not something we are looking for. We'll be very watching you very closely, and the cycles are also very close. It's We are going to keep a watch on every event that you do. So the quality of event has to be very good. It can be one event in a month, even if it is not 10 events in a month, but that one event has to be very quality event. You can take 29 days to plan and 1 day to execute, or you can just go ahead and do one event in every 5 days, but the quality has to be maintained. So that is one expectation, the quality expectation, that we have selected you because you were the best of the best quality. So your events and your things that you do should be up to that level. Commitment, again, your choice. Your time frame, your choice. Communication is so I don't know what you mean by communication, but I can assume something, that we will be doing all hands calls, and it is up to you to attend the all hands call, because those all hands call is the only opportunity you will get to talk to our team and everyone on the our team, academic advocacy team. So yes, that is communication. It is also expected that you collaborate with other captains as well. That is highly encouraged. We are not looking for lone wolves. We are looking for people who run in a pack. So the captains who are getting selected, they can run in a pack. You can always achieve much greater things if you work together. Do you think that we had a guest on this call, Tisha? Do you think that if she decides that I will be the only one doing the event, then do you think that she will be okay with it? She herself won't be okay with it, because it's difficult to manage an event, and that's why she invites the whole UG to help her out. That's how we expect the captains to be. The captains should seek help from the students, from other captains, from community builders, from UG leads, from everyone, to do that. So yes, we want that communication skill in you to communicate with all these people and do it. Well, about deliverables, I just showed a roadmap, that you have to host events and do events. So yeah, that is that. Your upskilling is also important, because if you are not upskilled, then the quality of your events won't go up. So yeah, next. Thank
yeah, true, true. Yeah, great. So another interesting question: how many people from an university can be captain at the same time? Yeah,
you.
interesting.
Yes.
I think.
Yes. So that is something that we will decide once we have all the applications in hand. It can be one captain per university, but if we think that the university is like we have advocates and we have connections in all the universities mostly, so we know that if a university needs more captains, then more captains will be there. Maybe a university has only 60 students in computer science branch or in a IT branch or in electrical, or a combined audience of only 200, then I think one captain is enough. That is again yet to decide. But if we think that the university is too big, I know a college where only in computer science branch there are 700 people. So if the student audience is too big, then we'll have more captains. And I would highly encourage that if there are more captains from a single college, then they can work together, they can cluster up, they can build a gang and execute the task. So let's say if there is a university, let's say my university, SVKM University, we have 1000 students. And if there are four captains, then imagine the power of that event. There are four people who will be in charge. Maybe one can take care of supplies, one can take care of technical content, speakers, everything. So yes, if you are applying for becoming a captain, I would say go ahead and encourage your friends to become captains so that you can work together towards bigger events.
Great, great. Okay, so I think another one, like kind of, there was mentioned like what technical skills or language you are skilled or with or something like that. So what do you mention about it? Yeah.
There is no language requirement. So again, language can be ambiguous. It can be programming languages. So no, any programming language, any language, even if it is HTML, CSS, we are okay with it. You should just be technologically enthusiastic. Okay, so that is one part, that language. And again, the other language barrier, if you're talking about regional languages, English, Hindi, Bengali, or any other language, no, don't worry about it. It can be your own language. You can conduct your events in your language. So if I am from Maharashtra, I can conduct an event in Marathi. I can speak Gujarati, I can conduct an event in Gujarati. So again, I believe the language in Bangladesh is Bengali, right? Or
Yes,
am
yes,
I?
obviously.
Yes. So if you can conduct, I would encourage if you conduct events in Bengali so that it is more accessible. We want it to be
Mm,
very accessible. So yes, there's that.
yeah. Okay. So the another question: is there any option to review and edit the answers field? Yeah.
No. So once you fill the application, that's why be very mindful when this application is your first impression for us. So I would highly encourage you to be very precise when you fill this application. But don't worry if there are spelling mistakes and grammatical mistakes. We don't care about that. I told you the first thing we are looking for is passion. We are not looking for your grammar mistakes or your English language proficiency or how good you make sentences. That is not what we are looking for. We are not looking for your communication skills. We are looking for passion for technology and community. So yes, go ahead and fill as you want. I don't see why would you need to edit it, because if you think that it is for grammar, then don't worry about grammar. You are given a free pass. I am giving you a free pass to go ahead and make grammatical mistakes.
Great. So I think this one you mentioned about it, right? What are the career benefits student can get from cloud clubs for their job profile?
Yes, it's a very good question. I This is one question that I was always looking. I think this question was asked by. It's a difficult.
Kainat Raisa Hussain.
Kainat Raisa Hussain.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for this question. This is a question I had every day in my college 4 years life. In every program I was, how will I get it? How will it help in my job life? I got, I was part of a program and I got my first job at Microsoft, and that was because of I was part of a community. I think Mitul is also an MLSA. Are you?
Yeah, I'm a gold MLS too. Yeah.
Okay, so yes, if you know, I was the first gold MLSA was mine. So
Oh, awesome, awesome.
yeah, so
Yeah,
I was
great.
part of the community, and don't expect the community to give you everything. Instead, make mechanisms that extract everything from the community, and you can take everything for your benefits, like how I did. I started creating network, I contacted people, I used to engage in people, create meaningful connections, and these people will help you land your first job. I promise you that because I have been through that. And I cannot tell the whole instance on this call, but if you reach out to me, I can actually tell you how I got my first job, and it is very awesome. It's all about network and community. It's all about the work that I did as a community person, as a technical person, and everything. So yes, and once you're part of the community, you will start talk. I'll talk about AWS. I will not go ahead and talk about other companies. But once you become part of AWS, maybe it's through Cloud Captain program, you can start talking to people who are in AWS. Maybe they can provide you a referral in future. I'm not promising anything. I'm just saying if you make meaningful connections, they can help you. Let alone that. Let's say you become a cloud captain and you created an event, and AWS heroes were capable. Your event was awesome enough so that AWS heroes came to your event. Then these AWS heroes can get you a job. That's how they can help you. So these networks will get you the job. And we also have a graduation program that after you complete your captain program, we have a program that is only accessible to captains, which I cannot discuss right now. It is only privileged to the captains. Once you complete that program, you will be graduated to another program. And that program will provide you the exact skills and opportunity and a career path on how to exactly land a job. But that is just for captains. Once you become a captain, you will know, and you'll only know once you graduate. That's the power of that program.
I think too much excitement, right? I'm just getting goosebumps. Okay, so again, like, is there a timeline within which the captain has to host with his or her event? I think, yeah.
I think I will answer this in an ambiguous way so that not to frighten you up a lot, but do it as soon as possible, because we have selected you as a leader, right? And a leader is always ready to do events and lead people and lead anything that we ask. So yes, I would say that don't become a captain and then do an event after 6 months. I would say just do an event in the first 2 months. That would be an ideal timeline. We have not set a guideline about that, but if you don't do events, then there would be no activity from your side. I mean, from the captain's side. So yes, do an event as soon as possible. It's okay, even if it is virtual. If all we want to see is your passion to do it. So yeah, that's it.
Okay, so I think, like, I have gathered experience working as a volunteer executive in institutional clubs or organizations. I have worked to arrange events and management, also some documentation. Will it be helpful in these two? Yeah,
I'm
I
just reading the
think,
question.
yeah. Didn't you? Couldn't you couldn't hear the question?
I can see the question. I'm
Oh,
just reading it again.
okay,
For
okay,
some
sure, sure.
Yes, so you have to be specific, and when you write the application, when you fill the application, you have to be specific about it, that what is the volunteering that you have done. So for example, this is what I used to do. This is one experience that I'm sharing. When I was in college, I used to I I did not just focus on college students. I also used to go to schools and tell students how they can become anything they want. They can become a mechanical engineer, they can become a doctor, lawyer, but still have computer science in their life, because computer science is the technology that we see. Every development that we see comes from the modernization that we see. If you imbued computer science, artificial intelligence, machine learning in it, you can make it diamond. So that's what I go ahead and do it in schools. I know it won't be significant to a lot of people, but I feel that if I was in school and someone came and told me that computer science is everything in the future, then I would be very grateful. So I say that any event, any volunteering that you have done, go ahead and explain it in that way.
Yeah. So, like, I had an internship in the management sector. Does the ad verify as experience for being a captain?
So I would say that if you don't have experience which is relevant for a captain, you can express interest that maybe you have experience in the management sector, but you intend to do events, you intend to do workshops, hackathons, seminars, workshops, everything. You want to collaborate with UG leads and anything that you have in mind. You can show your intentions, your future will of what you want to do. If that passion and intention is strong enough, then you can get a chance, because obviously nothing can beat experience, that is for sure. That no matter how much knowledge one has, how many certification you have, I believe, this is my personal opinion, that nothing can beat experience. But your intentions and your passion can maybe get you a chance. So that is something you can exhibit, that I am passionate about it and this is what I will do about it.
Yeah, great. Um, I think. I think, like, how to encourage more students to get involved in cloud clubs. Like, you mentioned, like, I think, like, you told us to share our friends to mention like also fill up the form, right? So what can they
Yes.
do? I think she has asked this question for that reason.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you for this question. Well, first thing I would say is that encourage your peers to become captains. So, for example, if this question was asked by Kainath, so maybe Kainath and uh, Z are friends, okay? So, Kainath and Z are friends, for example, and maybe Kainath applied and Z also applied. If Kainath did not get selected, maybe Z got selected. Doesn't matter if you did not become a captain, you can become a captain in the next rounds. We are not completely terminating the applications on 19th. Okay, then 19th is the last date. So there is another, we will again open the applications later, and when that opens up you can try again later. So don't worry about that. So you can, first of all, this is before the application. Next, if you become a captain, you can conduct quality events and quality seminars that it can. I always start with 10 students. If you're doing an event, maybe do a small event, make it very quality, 10, then graduate to 30, do an event for 30 people, and then do it for 60 people. Maybe you can expand as you like. Okay, but that's how you encourage. You start from small quality, small quantity, but good quality, and then move ahead.
So another question, like I am from medical background, so can I be a captain?
Well, I would say that if you can find this intersection between engineering and medical, because I have seen doctors who can do engineering stuff in my own city. So if you're passionate about that, if you have the time to do these events, because I can definitely vouch for this, that medical students are very busy in their medical studies. So if you have the time and you have the commitment and passion to do these events, then definitely you can go ahead and fill this form. I would encourage that.
Yeah, I think inclusivity and will be there, right? We
Yeah.
don't actually see so many people or people from medical background in our community right now.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, I think there are a lot of questions I did filter out, and I didn't ask a lot of questions, but there are some questions from my end as well, because I was confused also, and throughout this Q&A, I also got a lot of answers. So yeah, so the question is like I saw that you have to train your another kind of cloud captain, right? So will this program be for only 1 year, right? One person for 1 year, right?
Yes.
This is what I am assuming, right? Okay,
So
so
I will
yeah,
I will answer that question in a. Is the question complete?
no, yeah, I think it's completed. Just you can mention it.
Okay. It is for 1 year, but there is a catch. The catch is that if you perform exceptionally well, we can increase your tenure. You can become captain for another year. I'll tell you why we have limited it to 12 months. Because we want to give the opportunity to other captains, other students in line as well. So that's why you want to create that space. But if you have the potential to become a captain and you worked really well in the 12 months, then you would be very good guides for the next captains to come. So we would let you renew your captainship for the next 10 year. So rest assured, you can become a captain based on the work that you have done in the past 12 months as the captain before. So yeah.
Yes, yeah. I think that doubt is clear, right? Okay, so the program, the summer, if we summarize, the program is almost for 12 months, right? And the deadline for the program is 19th of February. And yeah, we really don't know when we'll get the results, right? It might take one
Yes.
to 2 months or something like that. But yes, I'm really amazed to see like the uh, designing of this actually program, like how the team has designed, how they are going to get the perks, because I had a lot of questions. People were actually applying for, when they saw about the certification voucher, they applied. There are many people, they just want the certification voucher and they wanted to apply for that, and they were mentioning me like how to do that. So I was confused, like students, they want just certification voucher but not community work or something like that. Will they be accepted? Or I had doubts on that. But the designing of this program actually, yeah, it is really awesome. Like at the end, when you have done really awesome work, you will get the voucher, right? So this is awesome, right? Yeah, there are a lot of questions. There were a lot of questions, and I think you have answered all of those properly. And it was awesome actually having a session with you. Yeah. By the way, I've also applied for the program. Am I eligible?
Are you a
Yeah.
student?
Yes, I'm a student. I'm a secondary student, so I have time.
Okay, then that's amazing. Then have you completed your application?
Yeah, I have completed my application, so that's why I had the same question. Like, yeah, I did try my best to apply, and I was thinking like maybe I should have done or give much more effort or something like that. So the question which was like, can you edit or something? So you also mentioned like you want to see the first impression, right? So I
Yes.
was thinking, okay, so no, I might not be able to actually reapply again, right? So just a question, like in case one apply twice, right? What happens then?
We have not set any criteria to reject you if you apply twice.
Okay, so yeah, I've got some actually opportunity, right? Okay, great, great, awesome. Okay, so it was really awesome to have you, and I think there are no questions remaining